Hello everyone. Today we will discuss on pricing procedure in SAP MM S/4HANA. So we will see end-to-end configuration of pricing procedure in S/4HANA, and then we will see how the output will looks like. Okay, so let's get started. So when we start pricing procedure, we should know the below points, and that should be very much clear with everyone. Okay. So what is condition table? What is access sequence for purchasing? What is condition type? What is condition record? What is a schema group? What is calculation schema for purchasing? And what is the schema determination? Okay. So before starting all these, let's talk about the pricing procedure. What is pricing procedure? When we start talking about the pricing procedure, we should know what is pricing procedure, right? So what is the concept of it? Why we do all these configurations? So basically, it is a combination of different type of condition types. So that condition type can be our price. Now, when we talk about price, what type of price is it? It can be your basic price of the product. It can be your gross price of the product. So gross price and basic price, both are same in SAP system. Okay. Okay. Apart from this, we can have the freight charges, transportation charges, right? We can have the custom charges, surcharges, okay? Then the discount. So these all are called our condition type in SAP system. Okay, so to understand this, let's get started with the condition table. So what is condition table here? So it is one of the most important field, or the table will we can call, where all the fields, whatever the fields we will have, there will be some combination for a particular record. Okay. For example, suppose I want to use a company code or a plant or the purchase organization as a condition table. So for that, what we need to do, we need to create a record. Okay. So that is our condition record. Now, coming to the access sequence. Now, what is access sequence for purchasing here? So the main job of the purchase of the access sequence is to search the record. Now, what is that record? It searches the condition record for the condition type. From where? From a condition table. Okay. So there will be a table, from that it will search. Okay. And one access sequence. See, there can be multiple access sequence, but one access sequence can have one, or then there can be multiple condition tables. So based on the client's requirement, we can create the condition tables. Okay, to make it clear, let's take an example. So when we talk about the condition table, let's take an example of 3 condition tables. Suppose we have 3 condition table in one particular access sequence. Okay, so in that case, what will happen? When a condition type will start searching for the record of the will start searching for the condition record. So how it will record? How it will start searching? It will start searching via the access sequence. Then what this access sequence will do here is, this access sequence will allow to search all those 3 condition table, whatever we have created. Okay, so we will we'll see all these in the system. Maybe at that time we'll get more clarity on this, but just the overview, I'm just giving what are all these about our pricing procedure. Okay, then coming to the condition type. So condition type we have discussed already. So whatever the condition type we have based on the clients, because every client will have some different condition type. That means that can be your gross price, discount, charges, or whatever charges they have. That can be their packing charge, that can be the custom charge. So all these will be part of the condition type. Okay. Now, once we have done all this activity, then let's move to the condition record. So what is this condition record? So we have discussed here now. So condition record means it will have some set of record where it will maintain against the condition table, whatever the condition table we will have. Against that, it will record to the condition types. Okay, that means it can be fetched or it can be taken via the access sequence and the condition type, whatever condition type we will have. For example, suppose we maintain a condition record against a condition table. Now, what is that condition table? That condition table may be the vendor. With respect to that, suppose there is a condition type. Then whenever we'll try, or whenever the vendor will try to use any condition type, then that particular condition record only will be fetched for that. Okay, that is the concept we have for condition record. Now let's move to the schema group. What is this schema group? Okay, so schema group will be assigned to the vendors, whatever vendor we are creating, right? Whatever vendor and the purchase organization, these all will be assigned to this schema group. Okay, and so what is the use of that? It basically it is used or it helped to the vendor and the purchase organization to choose the particular pricing procedure, whatever pricing procedure we will be creating now. So that particular pricing procedure will be there for that particular vendor and purchase organization. Now, there can be multiple schema group. Okay, so one schema group will be assigned to the vendors. Okay, so when I talk about schema group, that means that schema group can be defined for multiple roles. Okay, so that we will see if we can define, how can we define it. Okay, so one schema group will be assigned to vendor, and another schema group, or I would say one schema group will be assigned to purchase organization. Means the same schema group. Suppose I'm creating a schema group, and that will be assigned to the purchasing group. To the purchase organization. So by doing all these, there will be a combination of these two, and system will try to get the pricing procedure accordingly. So that is what the schema group we have. Then what is calculation schema? So what is calculation schema we have in purchasing? Right. So this is the new. So earlier you might, if you have worked in ECC, it was only calculation schema, but now it is calculation schema for purchasing. Now what is the use of this? So what we do here? So basically here we check the sequence for the calculation. So what pricing calculation, whatever the calculation we will do here. Like our discount, like our basic price, right? Basic price, gross price, or our discount, or our freight charges, or the transportation charges, whatever we will maintain. Okay. So here we maintain all these, and the calculation also will happen according to this. Okay. So and we will group all these condition types, and finally it will be replicate to our pricing procedure. So we'll see all these output in the pricing procedure and the configuration as well. Okay. Now coming to the schema determination. So what are we doing in all in this schema determination? So basically in schema determination, we are going to maintain the pricing procedure which we create. Okay, for the document. What type of document? For the purchasing document. Okay, so we maintain the calculation schema combination for each vendor. So we will have multiple vendors, right? So for every vendor, either your for all the vendors, we need to maintain the schema determination, and then there will be the schema group, so which we have discussed now, right? It's about the schema group, and each purchase organization will have or can have different purchase the schema group as well. So in general, when we talk about the concept of condition type, here you can see this is how the condition type access sequence, how it works. So what is the role of condition type here? So condition type, what it does is, this is what we discussed now, right? So what is the use of condition type? So condition type first starts searching the condition record. From where it search from the access sequence. And what access sequence does? Access sequence starts searching the data from the tables. So whatever different condition table we will have. And from this table, the system will search the exact match of the condition record, and it found the condition record and sent it back to the access sequence. And via access sequence, the condition record, whatever it found via system, it will send to the condition type. So this is the concept of all these. Okay. Now let's get started, and we'll start the configuration into the system. Okay. So let's get into the system now. Hope Everybody can see my screen. Yeah. Now, so to start the configuration, we'll start with the condition table. Okay. So we have a direct transaction code as well. We can use M/03. This is the transaction code, or we can follow the path SPRO, then enter, then SAP reference IMG, then go to materials management, and then go to purchasing. Here you can use conditions, or to reach here, we have another transaction code that is called OLME. So you can use OLME. So OLME is the transaction code which system will start and end with your pricing. So once you'll reach to pricing, so up to pricing, there is a transaction code that is called OLME. Okay. If you want to use, you can use that, or if you want to use the condition table, you can use M/03, or you can use this configuration path. So once you will reach to these conditions, now expand this, and here you can see define price determination process. Okay, so click on define price determination process, and here you can see all the topics, whatever we have discussed now, right? Here we can see access sequence, here we can see condition type, then schema group, schema, calculation schema, then schema determination, and then condition table. So we will start with the condition table. Okay. So now click on the maintain condition table. So once you will click on maintain condition table, you can see here we have three activities: create condition table, change condition table, and display condition table. So first of all, we need to check if you have already created any condition table. So mostly now we are going to start a new activity here. So we will create a new condition table, and I will show you how can we create that. So first activity is create condition table. So double click on this, and here you can see this is the create condition table screen. So if you want to create a new condition table, you can take the reference of the existing one. If you want to copy from the existing one, you can take the reference of that, and you can create a new condition table. Okay. Now, most important thing here in SAP, the SAP always suggests that if you're going to create a new condition table, okay, even they have released a standard note as well. So if you want to create a new condition table, okay, there you have to enter a 3-digit number, and that 3-digit number should start from 501 to 999. So it will be 3-digit, but that can start from 501 to 999. Okay. So if you want to create anything with this with the condition table number which is already created, you can click on here. You can select and you can copy and you can create that. Okay. Now, if you want to create a new one, so you have to take the condition table number in between 501 to 999. So this is the standard one which SAP suggests to go within this range only. Okay. So I'm just trying to create a new condition table number with 918. For example, I'm just taking 918. Okay. Then just press enter. So once you press enter, now you can see this is the create condition table screen, and here we have just started with this table number 918. Okay. And now you come to the right hand side. So in the right hand side, now you can see these are the field which we need to maintain. Okay. So now it depends what type of field you require to maintain in your condition table. So that you need to select it from here. So everything it will be available here. If it is not available, you can check with your layout. So mostly on the fields will be available. For example, I just want to use company code. So company code or vendor, whatever you want. So if you want to select it, what you need to do, you have to just do the double click. So once you double click on here, double click, this company code will move to the left side, and below the description tab in this selected field, it will show. So let me just double click on this. You can see now company code has moved here. Now, apart from company code, what do you want? Okay. For example, I want vendor also. So I'll just scroll down, and even you have the purchase organization also. So if you want, you can select that. So I have supplier. So I'll double click on this. So based on your requirement, you will select it, and then you will click on this generate tab. So once you click on generate, system will generate a table. So within this table, these are the fields which will be assigned. So click on here. Now you can see it will ask, do you want to generate a condition table? So obviously we are creating a new condition table with this number. So just click on yes. Okay. And then click on the local object, and we will save it in the local object. Okay. And now you can see this is the information. So what is the information? It is that, so this information, it is showing that this A918 has been saved, and reports and screens A918 marked for generation. Okay. So now come back, and you can now go back, and now come back again, create condition table, and just enter 918 and press enter. Now you can see what it is showing. It is already exist. That means it is now created here. Okay. So once it is done, you have to just go back. Now, just come back. And then now if you want to change anything in the condition table, you can click on this change condition table, then enter your table number, press enter, and you can change anything if you want to change, if anything you want to update or anything. Okay. Now come back here. So 918 is our table number. So now cancel. So this is what the condition table which we wanted to configure here. Okay. Once this table is done, now next is to maintain the access sequence. Now click on the access sequence. So define access sequence for purchasing. So click on define access sequence for purchasing. So it will show you this information about the table is cross-client. Then continue. And here you can see these are the existing access sequence, whatever it is created. So if you want to create a new one, you can create. Otherwise, you can use the standard one also. So I'm not creating a new one, but if you want to create a new one, just go to new entries or select it, click on copy and change it. That's it. Okay. So it is already there. So I'm not going to create. Now, once you have selected this, now suppose this is your newly one, or you can use the standard one also, not a problem. So select and click on this fields, and here you can see. So this is just the determination work entry. So no need to do anything here. So it is already. If you want to create a new one, then this will ask. Okay. So if you want to create a new one, go to new entries, and you can create it. So you can test that. Okay. If you have any issues, come back. We'll discuss. Now, so this is what about your access sequence. Now, once your access sequence is done, now we will move to the next. So that is our condition type. Just save it because it is already there. Now click on define condition type. So now click on define condition type, and then click on set pricing condition type for purchasing. So double click on this. And here you can see all the condition type, whatever you want. In standard, you will be getting everything, like it can be your gross price, your freight charges, your discount. Okay, everything will be there. But apart from this, if you need something new or some new condition type, if you want to use particularly, then you can use that. Okay, no problem. Or you can create the new condition type. So I'll show you how can you create a new condition type. So if you want to create a new condition type, what you need to do is you need to copy from the FRA1. Click on copy, and you can use that. So what we will do now, so let me show you the pricing procedure, which I am planning to create now, so that I will show you how we will create and what are the condition type and the configurations we will make. Okay. For example, this is my pricing procedure, ZM1230. So this is what the new pricing procedure I want to create. Okay. Now within this pricing procedure, these are the condition type which I want to configure. So just for the example, I'm saying this is my condition. I will use only these condition types. Okay. Apart from this, based on your client's requirement, you can add n number of condition type, as we have discussed. Like it can be your surcharge, it can be your custom charge, it can be your any other charges, whatever the charges or the condition type you want to create. Okay. So basically, I just want to show you like what is the gross price, how we will create, how we will enter all these details, and how this net price calculation will happen. And this is the condition type which is already available. Now, suppose I want to create a new condition type called PKK7 for packing. Okay. So this is a new condition type I want to create. So I'm sure this PKK7 will not be there in the system. So I will create these. These are the standard one: PB00, PBXX, R000, FRA1. So these will be the standard one. So it will be already available in the system. But PKK7 will not be there in the system. Okay, so that we will see. So how can we check this? So what we need to do is go to the system. Okay, so let's start with PBXX. So that is what it was there in the Excel. So I'm just searching for PBXX. Okay, so this is the condition type. I'm searching for this condition type. Okay, so now just double click on this or select it and click on details. So here you can see for the gross price, you can see these are the control data. So these are very much important here. So what is condition? So condition class for PBXX should be B, which is our basic price calculation. Okay. Then calculation type, what type of calculation it would be? It would be a quantity. So based on the quantity, the calculation will happen. And the basic price. Okay. So H stands for basic price here. So all the parameters are condition categories are created here. So based on your requirement, we can change also based on, it will depend on your condition type. Okay. And you enter your access sequence. So whatever the access sequence you have created. So if you want to use 0001, enter 0001. So whatever you have created, you just maintain that. Then click on save, enter, and come back. So in the same way, you can check for all the other condition type, whatever you are going to create. Okay. Now, so what condition type I have? I have PBXX, PBXX I have seen now. So let's check for PB00 and R000. PB00, yeah, it's already available. So double click on this and you can see. So the condition type, so here it is 0002, which is defined for gross price. Okay. So let's check the same for PBXX. So 1 second. Yeah. So here I have entered because PBXX is also a gross price, right? So it should be 0002. So whatever the access sequence you have defined, you have to assign that. Okay. Now come back. So PBXX, PB00 we have seen. Now what is PBXX and what is PB00? What is the use of these two? So you need to understand these two also. Okay. What is PBXX and what is PB00? So whenever you are trying to create a purchase order manually, then this PBXX condition type will trigger to your purchase order. But if you have maintained info record, so info record is a master data concept we have in SAP MM, which we have discussed in our previous videos. So if you will try to, if you have already maintained the info record with the combination of a supplier and the material, so some price you might have maintained there. So in that case, this PB00 condition type will pick in your purchase order. So this is the difference between these two. So both are gross price, but this is the difference. Okay. Now if you want to create, as I said, if you want to create a new condition type, so what you will do now, suppose, okay, let me check the discount condition type is available or not. So you can see discount condition type is R000. So here discount is also in different ways. It can be the discount on percentage basis, discount on quantity basis, and discount on value basis. So based on the negotiation in between buyer and seller, means the supplier, so they will discuss that what type of discount they are looking for, whether they are looking for the discount on percentage basis or the quantity basis or the value basis. It will depend on them. Based on that, we have to configure the system. If a client asks, no, we can maintain all these condition type now in the system, maybe we can use in future. So in that case, we have to maintain all these condition type in your pricing procedure. So here I have taken just R000. I'm just assuming that your client is looking only for the percentage basis discount. So I have just mentioned discount by percentage. So if suppose your client is expecting that no, in future, they can use R001 for discount by quantity or discount by value. So we have to define all three condition types here. Clear? Now, so in the same way, now if you look for the freight, so click on position FRA1. So FRA1 is the like standard condition type for freight. So again, it will depend FRA1, FRB1, FRC1. So freight on quantity basis, value basis, or percentage basis, or quantity basis. So it will depend what type of condition type you want to use for your client. Based on the requirements, you will take that. So if you'll see my pricing procedure, here also I have taken the freight charge based on the percentage. If you want to use, FRA1 I have taken, right? So FRA1 is for freight by value. Okay, freight by FRB1 you can use based on the percentage. So if you want to use FRB1, you can select FRB1 here. If you are looking only for the percentage basis, so it will depend whether you want the freight charges in, or your supplier is taking your transportation charges or freight charge based on the percentage or the based on the quantity or the value. Okay, the next is PKK7. So this is what I want to create, PKK7. So if I'll search PKK7, let's check whether it is available in the system or not. So you can see PKK7 is not available. So if you want to create a new one, click on position, enter FRA1, copy, select it, click on copy and just change it. KPKK7. So this is the condition type I want to create, and enter your condition type. And whatever excess sequence you have created, you have to maintain here. So I have not created anything for the freight, so I'm not maintaining here. Okay. Now, so you have to maintain all these. So these are again the standard control data we have for delivery cost, for surcharges, and for the and now then just press enter. And then say, because it is a new condition type which we have created, so we have to save it. Okay, so data was saved. So this is how you can create all your condition type. So whatever the new condition type you want to create. Okay, so it will depend on your requirements. So what type of condition type you are using. So I have just taken the example for 4 and 5 condition type I have taken, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So based on the requirement, you can define your condition types here. So it will depend on that. Now, next is our. So okay, before getting into that, you can see this pricing procedure. So we will discuss about all the tables. Okay. So when we will get into the pricing schema determination, there we will see, we will be able to see all these fields. So whatever fields you are seeing here, all the fields will be available and we have to maintain that. Okay, so how we will maintain, we will see everything. Now, just let me click on save as of now. Now go back to the system. So we have seen about all the condition types. Okay, now just go back. Then click on cancel. And now click on set calculation schema for purchasing. So click on here. And here now you can see this is what the procedure, what I was talking about. So if you'll see, this is our pricing procedure. And when we will get into the system, now we will be able to see all these columns. Step, counter, condition type, description, from, to, manual, requirements, statistics, print, subtotal, requirements, all calculation type, alternative calculation type, alternative condition value, what is account key, accrual key. So these all we need to maintain in the pricing procedure. Okay. So now before getting into that, let me explain you a bit about all this. So here what you need to do is, so when we will define the pricing procedure, so there will be the first column that will be our step number. Okay, I'm explaining here. I'll explain in the same into the system as well. So when we will define the pricing procedure, our first column will be about the step. Okay, step means you can give any series. You can give 5 of interval, 2 of interval, whatever you want. So we give the gap. You can see the gap is here, but here it is not gap. So if you might be thinking that there is a gap, but why it is gap? Why there is no gap here? Okay, or both the steps are 10, because both the condition types are same. So but both are used for different purpose. So PB00 is used when you are maintaining info record, and then the price will pick automatically in the purchase order. Okay, and so PBXX will be used when you will create a purchase order manually. Okay, so the use of these condition types are same, but both are gross price. Okay, so to differentiate these two, we have used counter here, 1 and 2. So just to differentiate these two condition type. So condition type are same. So that's the reason we have taken the steps as same. Okay, here you can see discount, we have taken only 1. So if suppose you will take all the discount condition type, so we have just seen the condition type for discount, like R000, R001, and R002. So there was a discount for percentage, quantity, and value. So in that case, there are 3 condition types, right? And there is a different use of discount. So in that case, all the steps will be 20, 20, 20. Okay, so there is only one. So I have just mentioned here 0. Even you need not write here. Automatically, system will pick the counter value as 0 if there will be unique condition type. Only one condition type. Okay. After this, so this is how the calculation will happen. Okay, so there will be the condition types, and after condition type, your net price calculation will happen. So how this net price will calculate, we will talk on this too. So first, let's complete this condition type. So after net price, then our another condition type, that is our transportation cost, freight cost, because this freight cost will not calculate with your gross price. It will calculate from where? It will calculate from your net price always. Okay. Packing charge. It will also not calculate from your gross price. It will calculate from your net price. Now it will depend you have discount there or not. If suppose discount is not there, that means your gross price and net price both will be same, right? So it will depend on that. Then we have taken packing charge. So now what I am expecting is whenever we or my client will create a purchase order, only these 3 or 4 condition types should reflect in the purchase order. That is what my expectation. Okay. So that's the reason I'm creating this procedure. Now come to this from and to. So when you'll come to from and to, here we can see I have entered 10 because it is the first line. The step is 10. The gross price is 10. This is also gross price. This is also calculating from the first step only. But if you'll see here to the discount is also I have taken 10. Why? Because discount will calculate from where? Discount also will calculate from the gross price only. Now you can see the discount step is 20, but discount is calculating from gross price. Either it can be this or this based on your selection. Okay. So discount will be calculated from the basic price or gross price. So gross price step is 10. So that's the reason I have taken the step number as 10. Now come to the net price. What is net price? Net price is equal to your gross price minus discount. So gross price minus discount. Okay. So what is the steps involved here? 10 to 20. So it is starting with 10. So from will be 10 because net price will be at 10 and it will be 20. So here we need not mention minus to get the calculation. It will happen automatically as it is designed in the system. Okay. So this is what about our net price. So till here you have calculated your net price. Then come to your freight charges. So now your freight charge, whatever the transportation cost you will have, that will calculate from where? From your net price. Net price step is 30. So that's the reason I have mentioned here 30. Then your packing charge. Your packing charge also will calculate from your net price. Net price step is 30. So I have mentioned 30. Then what is effective price? Effective price is your net price plus freight charge plus packing plus custom charge, whatever charges you will have. And within that, whatever the step number you will have, all will be added. So from will be 30 because it is starting from 30. So net price. So I have entered 30 and it is the calculation is ending with packing 50. So 30 to 50 I have taken. So this is the minimum configuration which you need to understand. After this, we'll have these options: manual, requirements, okay, statistics. So based on your requirements, you can make this field manual or statistics or required, whatever it is. Then we have the print option. So when you will take the printout, you want to see all these values in the printout or not. So those things you have to mention here. So there is a standard parameter for print, that is X. So for all these we required X, right? So printout value we required for gross price, for net price, for packing charge, for everything. So we have to mention X for all. Then subtotal also for gross price, there will be some value we'll see in the system. Okay. Then come to the last two, account key and accrual. So we need not mention all this. Now we need to mention the account key and the accrual key. So these are two most important field or the key which we need to define. So by default, it will be there in the system. In case if you want to define, we can define that. Okay. So these two account key we maintain here. So we have to just mention the account key here. Okay. Now against each account key, there will be a GL account which need to be maintained. So either the FI consultant can maintain the account number or the GL number against that account key or accrual key, or we, if they will give us the GL number, we can even do that. But that is the the integrated work. So we can work together with the FI team. Okay, and this account key and accrual key will be used below the net price. In general, this is what we use. Okay, I hope it will be clear now. Now let's get into the system and we will try to create a new pricing procedure with this name. Okay, and these are the condition type which we will maintain in this pricing procedure, and we will see when we will create the purchase order whether the same pricing procedure is reflecting there or not. Okay, now, so this is your pricing procedure screen. So I'm just going back and I will show you again how can you get here. So click on set calculation schema for pricing. So we have, so till now what did we do? We have defined our condition table. We have maintained the condition, whatever we required, condition field. Okay, then we have checked our access sequence, then condition types. Okay, and then now we will get into set calculation schema for purchasing. So click on this. Here you can see this is the procedures which are already created. So if you want to copy from anyone, you can copy. But if you want to create a new one, directly go to new entries. Go to new entries, enter your procedure name. So what procedure name I want to define? I want to define this procedure name, ZM1230. So I'll enter ZM1230, ZM1230, and enter your description of the pricing procedure. So for example, this is what I want to create, MRF pricing procedure. Okay, so this is a pricing. Now, pricing procedure can be defined. It is not required that you need only one pricing procedure. You can define multiple pricing procedure based on your requirement. Maybe the pricing procedure for domestic vendors, it will be different. Maybe pricing procedure for import vendors, it will be different. Okay, there can be the pricing procedure for the STO process also. So it will depend what type of pricing procedure you want to create. Your procedure will be same. So once you have entered, now select it and click on this control data tab. So double click on this control data tab. Now you can see it is completely blank because now we are going to define each and everything now. So if you want to see the existing one, just go back and you can just come back. So you can open any one. Now, for example, suppose this is what, let's open this one. Select it, click on control data, and you can see this is the existing one. This is how they have, or it is created in the system. But we are creating a new one now. Okay. So just now I had created, where is that? This one, MRF pricing procedure. So once you have created, just select it and double click on this control data. So now it is blank, it is in gray mode. So as I told you earlier, if your screen is in gray mode, you cannot edit anything, you cannot add anything. So in that case, you have to go to new entries. So go to new entries. Now you can see, yeah, it is in edit mode. So now whatever pricing procedure we have defined, so there are two options. Either you enter manually or you select it and copy it. It will select, and if you'll go back to the system, and if you'll paste it, it will come automatically here. So if you'll design your pricing procedure earlier, then it will come automatically. Okay. But if you want to enter manually, now, okay, I'll show you this way and the manually also. So what I did now, just I copied and press enter, system will search and it will accept the values. So that is your job. So if you have designed all your procedure in Excel sheet, that would be always useful. But in case, so usually what happens when you will try to create manually, then you can face a lot of issues. That's the reason I will show you how can we maintain all these values manually also. Okay, so just go back, select, double click on control data. So this value, now you can see these values. If still I have not saved it, but these values are already there because so for this I need to cancel this transaction. Okay, so you can go to new entries and you can enter those values as well. So we'll do one thing. Let's go back because I want to show you from the scratch. So I'm deleting everything, whatever it has been copied. Save. Now let's create once again. So go to new entries, enter your procedure name and your description. Then press enter. Select, click on control data. Nothing is there. It is blank now. Go to new entries and start maintaining your step number and the condition type. So this is most important part here. How will you maintain all this? So when you will maintain this table, first you have to start with the step number. Okay, this is called step number. So this is what about the Excel sheet which I was showing. So first was step number, second one is counter, third one is condition type, fourth one is description, this one is from, to, then this is manual entry, this is your required entry, which I had mentioned the requirement, but that should be required. So whatever field you want to make the required, you have to click on required, then statistical, then this is for print, this is for subtotal, then it is for requirements, and then alternative calculation key, and the base value, this is account key, this is accurate. So you need to remember, okay, sometimes, in the interviewer also can ask these questions. What are the different columns we have to be used in the pricing process? Okay, so just to remember what are the different columns we have. Okay, now first step. So when we will start first step, you can give any sequence. I'm just giving the sequence of 10. Okay, you can give 5, 7, 10, or 5, 10, 20, 5 interval, whatever you want. SAP suggests to go with the 10 interval. So I'm just using that. Okay, now 10, then this is my condition type. So enter the condition type. What condition type you want to enter first? So you can see my Excel here. I have 5 PB00 is first. So enter PB00. So this is how you need to maintain. First, you have to enter the condition step number, condition type, whatever condition type you want to assign. Enter the step number because both are same. Now see if I'll not enter counter. If I'll not enter the counter value for these two condition types, then what will happen? Press enter. What it is showing? It is showing an entry already exists with the same key. So 10 is also there. So system is saying 10 is already there. So that is what the error it is showing. So just to differentiate these two, we use the counter. The system will search, or system will consider this value as 0. So if I'll enter 1 also, in spite of 1, 2, system will allow. Now you can see it is a warning message. It is not error. So you should use the counter only for manual item conditions. Okay. Now it is asking you to use this because these two we are going to make it manual. Then press enter. Now see system, it took 0 automatically and then 1. So just to differentiate these two condition type, system took automatically 0 and 1. Then you can use 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever you want to use to differentiate these two condition type. You can use that. Okay. So this is how you need to enter. Now, second is what is my second condition type? R000. So now I'll enter R000. So first just and enter the step number, then enter your condition type. Then now see there is only one condition type I have taken. So I'll just press enter. It didn't ask anything, right? Directly it accepted. So if you have the same type of condition type, then only we use the counter, otherwise not required. Now, after this, what is there in our table? There is net price. Now go to the system, enter net price here. So for net price, there won't be any condition type. Okay, there is no condition type. So just to enter the step number 30 and then press enter. Okay, now it moved to the fourth step. Fourth step is 40. For 40, what is the condition type I am using? I am using this condition type, FRB1. So enter 40. So here also only one condition type we have. If you have FRA1, B1, C1, then only we require different step number and different counter number. Fine. Now what is left? PKK7 for packing charge. So now enter as 50, and then here you can enter the, sorry, you have to enter here. You have to enter here, then enter. And you can see now these are my conditions. So in the same way, you can create multiple condition type. You can define those condition type and you can enter. Now, suppose if some condition type, which is you have not defined, and if you try to define, system will throw an error that this condition type is not there in the table. So go back, define the condition type, come back here, and then assign it. Okay. So what is our final price? That is our effective price. Come back, enter here. effective price here. Oh, sorry, I now see this is what happens. The step it is showing as 0 now. Okay, so for this, now I will delete this and then I'll enter 60 and then enter effective price. Fine. Now, so this is how you are going to define it. Once it is done, now go to this from and to step. So in from now you have to enter how the calculation you're looking for. Okay. Now it is depend what type of calculation you want. Now you want that this it should pick automatically, and for PBXX it should enter manually. Okay. So I'll enter 10 step 10 here. I'm not entering here. If you want, you can maintain. That is not a. Now come to the discount. So discount will calculate from where? These two steps. Means 10 step. Right? Now net price will calculate from where? From net price gross price and discount. So gross price minus discount. Step number 10 and 20. That is your net price. So once it is done, now move to the next freight charges. So now this freight charge will calculate from where? From the net price. So net price step is what? 30. So enter 30 here. Then what is the freight charge? This is also calculating from your net price. Net price step is 30. And what is effective price? Effective price equal to your net price plus freight charge plus freight value. That will be your total cost. That is your effective cost, effective price. So the effective price will calculate from your net price. Net price value is 30. Enter 30. It is ending where? It is ending in your freight charge, 50. Done. Enter. Now see system, what system is saying, system is just searching on these values. Okay. Now, once it is done, now move to the next, this column. So here you can see it is asking which value you want to make it as mandatory, manual entry. As I am assuming that gross price PB00 should pick automatically. So I am not maintaining that. So manual, this is not manual, right? It will calculate automatically based on the values. Then which field you want to make required? If you want to make all this required and then maintain all this as required and tick mark. Otherwise, leave it blank. Then move to the next print type. So when these values will come, do you need print or not? So for that, X is the standard logic which is defined. So we use this. So enter X for all. So just mention this print type X, whatever value you are looking for as part of your printout. And then this is your final one. The next is subtotal. So how the subtotal will calculate? So if you click on this for subtotal 9, you can see which is used for gross value. So enter 9 because this is my gross value. Subtotal for this is also gross value. So subtotal will not happen for everything, right? It will happen for gross value, net price, and for the effective price. Yeah. Now next, move to the net price. So click on here. So for net value, if you scroll down here, you can see. So for the net price should be this is for effective price. You can see. Okay. 6 we can use for the carryover value because this is the value which will be the carryover value. So for net price, we maintain 6, and for the effective price, it will be 9. Sorry, S. This is what it is defined. So use this standard. Okay. Once it is done, now move to the last two, account key and accrual key. So this account key and accrual key we maintain below the net price. Now come here. So if we click on here, you can see these are the account key which are already created. Either we will create or the finance team will create. If finance team will create, they will give us the account key. We will maintain here. Because against each account key, there will be a GL account which will be maintained. That I will show you where do they maintain and where can you see that. Okay. So as of now, if suppose FI team will not create, they will ask us to create, or we can use whatever it is defined. If it is not available based on the condition types, because I have just taken 2-3 condition types here. So you can create new one and you can assign this. So as of now, I'm just taking FR1. Okay. And for right. sorry, this description should be the packing one because we had defined for packing. So I have not. So let me just clear this. So to get into M/06 is the transaction code to go to access sequence, sorry, to the condition type, and then just enter PKK7. Now you can see when I copied, I forgot to change the description. So now I'm just changing to packing. Okay. And click on save. Now go back to your system, and now here you can see I will try to delete these two first and then I'll enter. Even I can enter after 40 also, but let me check. So here you have the option, or we can, okay, because we cannot enter here. But okay, let's do one thing. Let me click on this. Ooh, let me delete. Let me create a P. So in 50 now, if I'll enter PK7, you will see now. So it is marked for deletion. Okay, no problem. Just click on yes, and so I'll give the different value as 51. Okay, and PKK7. Then press enter. Now see it picked. So if the same value if I have entered for deletion, system will not allow. And then so you can take any range. Okay, just I was going in that sequence. So I'll just take now as 61 because I deleted for that also. So it may ask for that. So now, okay, let's maintain the same sequence here. So 32, now it will be 51. Just to understand this, okay? And then now flag it and now come here. So now you can see it is looking like packing charge now. Earlier it was the freight, the description it was there. So I just changed that and updated that. And I saw that my change has been updated here. And here also now for packing, if you don't have any, let's take FRE. Okay, let's use this too. FRE. So just this account key and accrual key I'm using. Okay, now let me show you where can you see all this too. If you'll open a new window, if you'll use this transaction code OBYC, here you will be able to see all the condition, all this like FR1, it is for defined for freight clearing. If I double click on this and if I'll enter the chart of account, so chart of account is the master data for finance. Okay, so whatever the chart of account they will create, it will be maintained there. And so we have to just enter that chart of account. And now you can see this is the GL account which is maintained against this account key, the accrual key. So don't worry if it is mostly we take the help of fighting here. So this is how the GL account will be linked with this account key and accrual. Because when this final calculation will happen, that will go to some GL account. It will hit to some GL account, right? So that's the reason we maintain this too. So here we have just taken few condition types. But when you will be working in the project, it can be 10, it can be 7, 8, 10, depends. And it will depend what type of pricing procedure you are defining. So we have, for example, we have just defined it for the domestic suppliers. In the same way, you have to define for the import pricing procedure. Okay. And okay, let me maintain this too as well. And once it is done, now we will go back. Done should be 9, right? So this is what it was there. 9 is for gross value. And then this to my account can accurately. That's it. Once it is done, click on save. So I have cleared I have created my pricing procedure. Now go back. So this my pricing procedure is there available now. Now come out because we have completed this activity. Now go to schema group. So define schema group. So first click on define schema group for supplier or click on purchase organization. So click on schema group for supplier, go to new entries, enter your schema group for supplier. So whatever supplier group you want to create, for schema group. Suppose I am creating SG for MRF schema group. So whatever schema group you are creating, just you mention somewhere so that you can remember. So SG I have created for supplier one, right? Now click on save, then come back. The next is define schema group for purchase organization. So click on define schema group for purchase organization, then go to new entries, enter GP I'm creating. Okay. So GP I'm creating for purchase organization. For what? For schema group. Okay. Now this is my schema group purchase org for MRF. Schema group. Or you can mention schema group purchase. Okay. And then save. Then done. Now go back. Then now click on assign schema group to purchase organization. So here you can see whatever purchase organization you have created. Click on position, enter your purchase organization, and against that, whatever schema group purchase organization you have created, we just mention that. So just now I have created GP, right? So I'll assign that. Enter and save. Right? Done. So this is I have assigned my purchase schema group purchase organization to my purchase organization. So in the same way, whatever purchase you have, if you have sent multiple purchase organization, and if you are using different schema group, you have to assign in this way. Okay. Now cancel, and now click on this define schema determination. So click on define schema determination, and here first click on determinations calculation schema for standard purchase order. So in the same way, if suppose you are doing something for the stock transfer order, stock transport order, then you have to click on determination schema for stock transfer order. Okay. Now click on determining calculation schema for standard PO. And here you can see this is the first column is schema group purchase organization, then schema group supplier, and then so based on your combination, you can maintain now. So click on new entries. So in schema group purchase organization, whatever you have created, so I have just created for as GP for my purchase organization, as I may remember. Yeah. Then schema group for supplier, I had created SG. Yes, it is available. And then procedure. What procedure? Pricing procedure. So whatever pricing procedure you had defined. So we had defined this one, right? ZM1230. Double click on this, press enter. And then save it. And remember, whenever you are saving, this transport request number is asking, right? It's the most important thing. So when whatever data you are saving, just check your transport request number there. Then click on save and done. Now come back. So this is what you have done all the assignments. Then cancel. And now, so we have done all the settings. Whatever the configuration we had to perform, we have done. Now what is next? Next, if we try to create a purchase order, let's see. Okay. I'm trying to create a purchase order with ME21 and transaction code. I have selected my document type. Then I'll select my supplier. So whatever supplier I have created, I'll select my supplier. So click on this. Or you can search from this drop down. So based on your selection, or if you click on here based on the purchase, so you can select your supplier based on your requirements, based on your selection. So I know that this is my purchase organization and I want to search based on this. So I'll enter my supplier here. So I have entered my supplier. Then in organization data. So this is how you are creating a purchase order, right? So enter your purchase organization, whatever you have created, and then, select your purchase organization, purchasing group, and just press enter. So company code will pick automatically based on the purchase organization assignment. Now, once it is done, click on this and enter your plant because material are searched based on the plant. So enter your plant, whatever plant you have created. So within this is the material and how much quantity I need, and I'll enter my price because manually I'm creating this view, and enter your plant here. So whenever you will create, or whenever once you have maintained all these values, now you can see what it is picking here. Now you can see there is a different pricing procedure which it is picking. R000, FRA1, PK, these are picking here, right? These values, these condition types, automatically it is coming, right? But whatever I have defined now, I'm not able to see that. So if you click on this analysis tab, here you will be able to see this pricing procedure is picking RM0000. But I have created a new condition type, right? I have created a new condition type. What was my condition type? This was my condition type, ZM1230. Now it should replicate there, right? So in spite of this pricing procedure, my pricing procedure should reflect here. So when it will reflect, once we will assign the schema group to the pricing procedure that we have done, but that still we have not assigned to any supplier, right? We have assigned to the purchase organization level, but not to the supplier. So now let's get into that activity, and then we will come back here and we will see. Okay. Not required. Fine. So there is a transaction call. So because in a company, there will be multiple suppliers, right? 1,000, 2,000 suppliers will be there. So at a time, if you want to assign the schema group to all the suppliers, right? So what we need to do, we need to go through this transaction code, XK99. Okay. Remember, you have to use this transaction code for mass transaction. Use XK99, press enter, continue. Then click on this field tab here. Okay. And here you have to search the field name. Field name for what? For schema group. So the standard field name for schema group is, so click on this binocular and search, it is LFM1-KALSK. This is the standard field name for schema group vendor. Then continue, system should search. You can see this is the field name LFM1-KLSK for schema group. Now select it, click on execute, and then continue. And now here you can see your option. So here you have restrict data records to be changed. Okay. Do not change existing data. So it depends what are you looking for. Data records to be created. Okay. Get the variant if you want to create some particular variant. So now what we will do, we'll enter our purchase organization. So whatever purchase organization I have, so my purchase organization is MRT0. I'll enter and I'll execute. And here I can see these are my suppliers. And now, so here just 3 suppliers, whatever I have created within this purchase organization, I'm able to see that. Okay. Now suppose for different type of supplier, you have different pricing procedure, different schema group. Then against each supplier, you have to maintain that schema group here. So whatever the schema group you have created. So if you want, suppose you have 100 suppliers, then how will you maintain your schema group? Will you maintain each, suppose you have your schema group is same for all the suppliers, all 100 suppliers. Then how will you maintain? Will you maintain one by one? No. So for this, we have this value. Here we have this option. Enter your schema group, whatever you have created now. So schema group, where is our schema group? That should reflect here, right? So whatever we have created, SG, right? This is what the supplier schema group, which I have created. So select and then click on this option, perform mass change. Means at a time, if you want to assign a schema group to all the vendors. If suppose your schema group is different for different vendors, in that case, you need to do manually. Okay. Otherwise, you have the filter option. You can search and based on this, enter. And then if I'll click on this, you will be able to see now automatically these 3 field will be filled with this pricing procedure as this schema group as GSCSC. So that is how it is defined or it is assigned now. So now click on save. So once you click on save, it will ask, this is a warning, you want to save your changes. They will take immediate effect for all object chosen. This action cannot be undone. So continue. Now see, we will see the output that the changes, whatever we made, have been made. So now let's go back and try to create a purchase order now. So now when we will create a purchase order, we will be able to see that this procedure should reflect. If not, something went wrong, then we will come back and we'll check something. So enter your purchase organization, select your supplier, then go to header data, enter your purchase org, purchasing group and the company code. Okay, then select your material, then the quantity, price, and the plant. Okay, now, so it is coming PKK7. Okay, based on the pricing process selection, it is coming only PKK7 here. Okay, now suppose if you click on here, so it can be defined automatically also, right? So that is now I'm showing you today how you can maintain manually. So whatever the condition type we have defined, that can be set as default also. So automatically the condition types will come. So based on your requirement, you can select and deselect. So now click on here. So now you can see these are the condition type which is reflecting. That means now if I click on analysis tab, I will be able to see my pricing procedure. So whatever pricing procedure I have defined. Okay. Now see, you can see PB00 is coming, but PBXX is not coming. Okay. So you have to go back to the pricing procedure and you can make your settings, whatever you are looking for. Okay. Now come back. So click on this. Let's take PB00. Maybe this data is maintained for info record. Let me give some value. Yeah. So now see, it is taking as your gross price went to the top because this is how your pricing procedure sequence was there. Then enter your, now it is coming packing charge, right? So packing, but above packing charge, we have discount also. So if I'll enter discount, so 2% if I'll discount, now you will be able to see now this discount will trigger just below gross price because that was there in the sequence. Now in the sequence, if I'll enter my freight charge, enter my freight charge, and now suppose it is again 2%. Now see, whatever the percentage I have selected, it is coming there on as percentage, right? So here also it is showing as percentage. Okay, but packing charge was not percentage, so it is showing in the value, right? So whatever the packing charge will be there, you have to maintain that. So this is how you can maintain all these condition type in your purchase order. Now it will depend when are you going to maintain this. For example, now suppose you have created a purchase order and you have sent it to the supplier. So when you are sending it to the supplier, you know only the gross price. You don't know the discount. If suppose the supplier will give some discount, maybe you don't know, maybe some discount he will give. If you know the exact discount, how much he will give, how the supplier will mention, then you mention here. If you don't know, just enter the gross price, approve it, and send it to the supplier. When the supplier will send back, so when the supplier will deliver the material, when we will receive those materials, at that time, when we while receiving, we'll get the invoice copy also, right? So in that invoice copy, we can check what are the condition types mentioned, whether their transportation cost is there, if that is there in percentage or in quantity or in value, or what is the packing charge. So we will see everything, and based on that, we will enter the value here. And then finally, it will update in your PO. So if you know all the fixed values, like you know what is your discount, what is your freight charge, what is your transportation charge, or what is your packing charge, then you can maintain everything while creating the PO itself. If you don't know, based on your terms and conditions, then don't mention all this. Just create a PO, enter your condition type, and send it to the supplier. And the supplier will deliver the material at that time based on the invoice. It should match. Okay. Otherwise, the finance team will ask you to update all this data once again. Fine. So this is what we have seen, how to maintain all this manually in the pricing procedure, your condition type based on your requirements. Okay. So now you can practice, you can check in the system, or you can try this. And in the next session, we will come up with the pricing procedure automatically. So means how, if you want all this condition type should pick automatically here, then how can we configure that? Okay. Hope it will be clear to everyone. We'll connect soon. If you have any issue, please reach out to us. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining the call.